an eagle flying around the lake today. Well, that's pretty awesome. I usually don't see eagles in our area. This is the second time. I got my 2 herons. My 2 herons are there, one up front and one way towards the back. And then there's whatever stick or whatever, something in the water. It's raining over there. Hopefully I will get my walk in before the rain hits me. Lots of dark clouds. You know, it was raining up north, and I know we're supposed to have possibility of rain today, so I'm taking my walk early. Oh, there's the eagle. He's coming back. Let's see if I can actually get him. Oh yeah, I see you. And I lost you. Oh, there you are. Oh, and I lost you again. Clouds are moving fairly quickly, moving out. I'm getting a few drips on me, but not too much. And it looks like it's already clearing out over here where it was all so dark. So, it's a nice walk. I saw my birds. That makes me happy. Morning musing. So, do squirrels decide where there's a good area and they decide to build together? You have a nest in that tree, and then you have a nest over there in that tree, and then down the block a little there's a nest over there in that tree. So is it like us, they pick a good spot and they all want to live there? I would say Monday morning musing, but today's Tuesday, so happy Tuesday. I did not video record yesterday. I did take a walk. I did take a little bit of footage, so I did see a couple of herons, and I saw an eagle this time, so that was fantastic. That was kind of made my day. Haven't seen an eagle flying around this part, except for, a couple months ago when Wayne and I were walking, and we saw an eagle flying in a different area, more a field area, as opposed to here over the lake. It makes more sense. That was very extraordinary, so it made my day. Again, love taking these walks, love seeing what's out here. We had rain yesterday, so lots of water coming over. Look at the pretty purple flowers. Got some goldenrod, it looks like, and we got some very nice yellow flowers blooming down there. Very pretty. No birds today. No herons, unless there's a branch that comes out from the island that I can't see well enough to see what's over there. There are a couple birds sitting, but they're probably just geese. But when Wayne and I walked yesterday, we had also seen, well, that could be the eagle over there, because that's where he ended up yesterday. I can't see though. It's just a hawk. When Wayne and I walked yesterday, the heron was on our side of the smaller lake area, but as we were walking, he stopped me, and I was just like, "Oh, is it flying? What? Where?" And then it was actually standing. on our shoreline. So that was really neat because, again, haven't seen them on our side for a while. It's usually on the other side. So I got to see a lot yesterday. So that was very nice. So we'll see if today they need to rest for a while or what. At least the lake is a little calmer. Yesterday with the rain and all that too, the lake was a little more agitated and stuff. So I was surprised even that the heron wanted to stay on this side and not go inland a little bit more where it was a little bit smoother. I would think it would be easier fishing and easier to see the fish where the waters weren't so choppy. Obviously they know what they're doing. They've been doing it for years. That's their thing. They got to catch their fish and how to do it. But anyways, yeah, and the other thing about the squirrels, I've had that thought for a long time. It's like, do you ever see that? Do you ever think that? You have those really big nests up there? Like regular birds usually just build their little small twiggy little nests, but the squirrels builds the big nest with all the leaves. And so sometimes when you see a big leafy nest, like there'll be 3 of them or more in a small area. So I just think it's kind of funny that, you know, they congregate too for safety, would they? Kind of like, okay, squirrel, you have to leave the nest. You know, mom's saying, all right, time to leave the nest. You're old enough, go. And they're like, but mom, and so then they build the nest right nearby. Like, okay, I'll leave, but I'm gonna be right here. So I can call you for help if need be, or I can hang out with you still. So I just think that's kind of funny. I haven't looked that up. Like I said, I've seen that. I have not looked up if there's a reason, if anybody's put that out there, of why. But cloudy again today. It's like I said, it's supposed to rain all this week, on and off. I did not look at the specific time frame for today to see when it might be raining. But it's good right now, like I said. Cloudy, overcast, a little cooler, which is nice. Obviously muggy though because of the rain. Tried opening it up yesterday. It was kind of funny. It was a little bit warmer in the afternoon, late afternoon, because when Wayne got home, I'd opened it up just before he got home, and then we were like, oof, do we leave it open? Do we turn on the air? But within an hour, it cooled off, and it cooled off then 2 degrees in the house, and it was good until nighttime, and then this, you know, storms, rain, moved through. So we had to close it up, and at that point it was bedtime. So that was all right. Today too, we'll see. I will probably open up the house, get it a little bit cooler, and see what we're gonna do. I don't have much planned for today. I've got a recipe to make. I want to make some pumpkin muffins, and then I'm debating because Mandy's coming home soonish, and so I'm like, well, maybe I should just save it for her because I know she'll eat them. Wayne will eat them too. Not sure about Cassie. They like the banana bread, but let's see if I want to make that. Mandy wants like a real cake from from here, because again, cake over there tastes differently. So I do have a box mix of cake, which probably actually came from her place when she moved out. So it needs to be made. So I will make that. She's already had a few requests. I'm already looking at our days. We're pretty much, you know, filling them up. We've got stuff planned most every day. And then as far as food-wise, she's been giving us food requests and cereal and fruit and Cheetos and her yogurts. Well, I think she can get the yogurts over there, the yogurt flips. So where it's a little container yogurt, and then you, one container has like some chocolate chips in it or some nuts or whatever, and then you flip that over into the yogurt, mix it all up. She likes those. I thought there was something else, but I don't know. I'm slowly adding it to the list. But I figure too, from when she comes in, like the grocery shop on Saturdays, and she's not coming until later in the week, so it's like I don't want to shop on, get the fruit anyways on a Saturday, and then it may kind of spoil before she gets here. Usually try to eat that up quicker right after we get it, but we shall see. Nice breeze. Oh, it's beautiful out here. Hope you guys are getting out and enjoying your walks. And happy Thursday. Kind of overcast, mostly cloudy maybe. Again, the one forecast had said it was going to rain all week, and then the next day it was like, oh no, we're just having like rain today or something, and the rest of the week should be fine. But yesterday was really overcast. Oh, it didn't rain. I was surprised. And today again looks like rain, but again, if they said we're not really going to have any rain, so it makes for good walking weather. It was like 70 degrees, so that's good. Like, I'm in my pumpkins. Ooh, pumpkin shirt on. Yeah, hi. Squirrel. Made my pumpkin muffins today. Pumpkin spice muffins. So they were very tasty. But it's like, oh, I had to pull out my Halloween box to find my Halloween jewelry. Because again, it's not quite October just yet. And usually come October, then we pull everything out. Mosquitoes around here. I always find it funny when I'm editing a video and then see there's a mosquito on me. I'm like, oh, no. Didn't notice at the moment, or I noticed later. But anyways, yesterday I walked for over 3.5 miles. I don't think I worked out. I think I was going to take a walk first, and then I was walking and decided, well, I'm going to walk this way and see where, how long I can go. And I'm like, let me see if I get, at least 20 minutes out and 20 minutes back. And then I was still going strong and feeling okay. So I ended up walking over 3.5 miles, and I walked over an hour. So 7,800 steps. So that was very nice. Butt was chafed a little bit at the end. When I went to the bathroom afterwards, I had a little bit of blood in the pad, and it's just like, all right, wipe the butt area type. And like, yeah, it's still from there, so still walking that long. Again, last time I walked really that long and stuff was like when we went to Lollapalooza, but I put cream on my butt every morning, just again so that I wouldn't have that problem and that I would be okay, because again, I wanted to keep up with Cassie. That was my goal, and it worked. So for this one, I'm like trying to think about, oh yeah, let's try to work on getting somewhere between 5,000 and 10,000 steps. Let's get a little more than 3,000 in per day. And that was a good walk. It was go. So like I said, it was good. Felt good. A little tired at the end, but didn't really see any of my herons or anything when I was on my walk out. And then when I came back, I did the loop around the lake again, and then I did see one of the herons here. I know I saw online one of the meteorologists put out a little post as far as the bird migration. They're saying that birds migrate a lot more at nighttime. I find that interesting too. I thought birds are more daytime creatures. So that they migrate at night is interesting. Let me see, is the heron over there? Nope, not today. So yeah, they're saying turn off your lights. Again, by the time this video goes up and you see it, that may be over with, because I'm getting these videos out probably 2 weeks after I film them. But anyways, so I figured about with the bird migration, like I said, I'd heard that before, and I had seen like the white heron, which I haven't ever seen before, and then I saw that other bird which is native to the area, which also surprised me because I hadn't seen that one before, so I thought maybe that was a migrating bird. Not sure about the blue jays. I think the blue jays are fairly common to this area too. I think for a long period of time, maybe all year. Like I said, we've had them in the area before, and then I haven't seen them in years, and now this year again I've seen them more. And again, I don't know if I'm just seeing them again because it's migration time. So just interesting. Yeah, so again, good walk. Like I said, it's kind of it's kind of melancholy, all the goods and bads with that. I take my wins, so before I take my wins where I get them, like as far as, doing dishes and not having abdomen pain, not having the pinches or the feel like you're on a roller coaster. I get that every once in a while, and I'm doing something, again, doing the dishes where I'm putting, pressure on the dish to wash and stuff, but then I get, the pain in the abdomen, which is, again, it's almost like that roller coaster feel. It's just kind of like, ugh, and then again, it goes away, but it's just kind of like, all right, so again, I'm starting to not have that. So the little wins, it's like, yeah, I'm still healing, which again really surprises me, because even from the beginning, as I've said, that throughout this whole journey, even right after surgery, within that 4 weeks, I'm like, okay, I should be done now. Let me get up and go. What is this? What is this? Still having pain and not being able to be back to normal. And here I am just over a year and a half later, and still healing and still feeling okay. Starting to feel better. Noticing my littles starting, my little steps of being better. I mentioned to Wayne yesterday too that with my feet and the neuropathy, been on the verge of tears. I cried yesterday too, talking to Wayne about this, just the same. That it surprises me, like I said, these little steps of getting better, and I'm still getting better. So things like that with walking. And then when I did this path, when I was done with my big long walk, I'm thinking, God, a couple of years ago, there were some days I couldn't even do this path. And now I'm back to I can walk a long way. So as I said, it just surprises me. Surprises me I'm still healing. So then even the neuropathy in my feet. I've been walking around barefoot more this summer. Like I said, right now I'm doing that the toe separator thing, trying to see if it makes any more space in between my toes. Whether it would do anything for my bunion or not, which kind of didn't think so, but I figured, well, that was an inexpensive little thing to try and see if it would help at all. Of which it may be helping my left foot a little bit with the hammer toe going down. But then if anything, like I said, it is helping. That I'm walking around barefoot. And because I'm walking around barefoot, I've noticed that my feet feel different, that they feel better. I still had the neuropathy in my right foot. That feels like 98-99% better. It's like I almost feel one maybe little spot. I was telling Wayne, I'm like, and it's almost hard for me to describe that. It just feels better. It just feels less numb. My feet feel more normal. Left foot still a little bit, and again almost like at the base of the toes. So even like it seems like even the very ends of the toes and little pads of the toes feel kind of okay, but where the toes connect like to the foot part, it's like almost that baseline that almost I feel a little bit there yet, but again still so much better. So yeah, not 100%, but I mean close. So for my body to still be doing that, to still be able to heal, that's not going to be a lifelong thing. I'm going to have that. That I could still get to the point of getting back to being more normal. My normal. I know, my new normal. I think Wayne said that too. Yeah, your new normal. It's where I'm at. So in that respect, as far as getting back in the work world, go back and forth of whether, I am or should or could, or it's more so whether I could or not, what I feel like I'm capable of. Again, now I'm feeling more capable of, again, these little steps, but God, it's taken so long. And the point of whether I share or not, another first that happened in my life is that I actually had some bills sent to collection. That's never happened before. We've always been able to pay our stuff, even though it's always most of our life has been paycheck to paycheck. Pretty much the only time it wasn't was when Wayne and I were first together and we were both working. At that point, I had a lot of bills, and he had some, and we got everything paid off, and then we actually put money away. And then I decided to stay home with the girls, and then we went through all the money that we had put away, which again was good. It was there for. And now with this whole journey, again, we had money put away for an emergency. Well, I guess this was the emergency. Who knew? And so that first year we went through all that, and we've been making it. As I mentioned, they had the medical bills, and I've been paying some money for the last 3 months. And when I went in to pay yesterday, I thought again, okay, yeah, I'm able to pay a little bit more again now. And I went onto the site, and it was like, oh, that was less than the amount I was expecting. So I went into my email to check the amount, and I saw that I had a letter from collections for one of the amounts. And then the next day, when I was going into, okay, let's figure out what is this? Is this for real? What amount is this? What bill is this? There was a second letter from somebody else, different collection agency, which also surprises me. They're both from Aurora, so why Aurora is using 2 different collection agencies, I don't know. But it's just kind of like, it just sucks. It sucks in many different ways. It sucks that, one, I didn't pay sooner. 2, that they didn't wait longer, because I was paying. So I kind of thought again that, yeah, well, I am paying an amount. I know when I've asked before about, I think I mentioned about as far as paying something, and I at that point in time paid a bill, and they're like, well, but you also have this other bill. I said, well, I can only pay 1 bill right now. And they're like, well, we could put you on a monthly plan, and you'll be paying, whatever amount a month. And I'm like, I don't have that amount a month to be able to pay right now. I can pay, less than that, but I can still pay. And so that's like with these bills, something came across, and I saw on the statement or whatever, where it was like, well, you can go on a payment plan, and you could pay $415 a month. And I'm like, I don't have $415 a month to pay. Like, some months I could pay, the $300, like I did with the 1 bill. The other month, some I could pay $700. So, and I think that almost might be like even a direct withdrawal from your checking account or something. You have to, when you go on that payment plan, you have to give them that information. So again, it doesn't work. So I have to figure this out now, because I think now it's out of Aurora's hands, as in, like, when I went on to Aurora, like those bills weren't even there for an option to pay Aurora directly. Now that it's gone to collection. Medical expenses are a lot. I think that's why, her is one of the biggest thing of people that have their debt is medical stuff. I know it's part of it. Part of even the whole cancer thing is to decrease stress. And it's like, okay, trying to decrease that stress, except then you have medical bills, and you have that to pay, and then you're feeling crummy, and you're not working, and you're not, like for me, I'm not bringing that income in. So yes, Wayne is working, but I've said before, it's like, yeah, we're living paycheck to paycheck with that, and then to put out an extra, $5,000 to $10,000 a year in medical expenses. So besides our, my medical stuff, there's, my medical stuff, and then, was part of it even with him, where we just took him to the ER room, and there's a thing that he mentioned on the way, it was all like, yeah, there's going to be another medical expense, which, granted, this was one we couldn't hold off. There wasn't an option. You had to get him checked out, so it's kind of like, okay, I know we just got a medical bill in for him in the mail, so from his last, maybe it was for his physical or something, I don't remember, but there's a medical bill for that. I'm like, all right, well, now we're going to get this ER bill, and again, the way that it's working, I don't think we've hit 5,000 yet on any of us. Like, we have 5,000 per person, 10,000 per family. So Mandy's had bills, Cassie's had bills. They've each paid their own. Wayne's had a few bills already. I've had bills. I'm surprised I'm not at that 5,000 yet. I think I added it up the other day, and it was about $3,000. So there too was surprised that I'm like, I've already paid this much, and I'm only at only at $3,000. I thought I was near that $5,000 already. It just feels like I paid a lot. Maybe because I've had the teeth thing going on. So the dental is even separate than all that. Because the dental we have to pay out of pocket, and so I've paid a couple thousand there. So that's probably where I'm feeling that, yeah, we've already paid out so much. And then Wayne's had dental stuff this year also. So we've been paying out a lot. So once again, that means that pretty much I absolutely need to get a job and go to work. And probably not have the options, not be able to pick and choose as much as maybe I would want to. I mean, hopefully, put it out to the universe. It's all going to be the best. Whatever will be, will be. I did apply for a job a month ago. I never heard from them. So I was a little disappointed in that because I thought, well, that would have been good. That was a job at the library. So that would have been nice. Cass used to work at the library and stuff. She was a page. She was like putting books away and things like that. And this would have been, I think, more behind the desk type of position, which I think would be better. Still be part-time. So anyways, right now I feel like I'm only up for, a part-time job, 4 hours a day. It'll be interesting to see whether I can have my, waistline, the waistline of my pants on my abdomen for 4 hours. We'll see how it goes. But in any case, like, I've been keeping my eye on the one job site. A lot of them are full-time jobs. I haven't seen a lot of part-time. And I could go at, one of the grocery stores, I don't know about Target. I applied to Target a while back, and they never contacted me, which I was surprised, because at that point too, I think I put part-time, and I was like, I could work between these hours, like when the girls were at school. And I mean, yeah, it was limited, but I thought, like, really? You really can't use anybody between these hours? Just, any day of the week. Saturdays and Sundays I was open. But we'll see. That was a while ago. Maybe today's day will be different. But yeah, so the tears are coming on and off. Just because of a whole lot of stuff. Life. That's the way it is this day. I think about others, I'm like, God, I don't know how people do it, going through cancer and going through this journey, and when you're going through treatment, you feel like crap. And so how do you work? I mean, a lot of people are like, yeah, they have to work because of insurance, and some get family leave or whatever, but that's not that long. You're still going to feel crummy while going through things. And it's like, I don't know how people do it. Kudos to them that push through. Technically, I guess if I absolutely had needed to, within these last, I don't even know, about a year, last few months, yeah, I can work. Like I said, I am feeling more capable, but it's just hard because there are different things that come up that it's just kind of like, what if this would happen at work, and what if this goes on, or what can you do? So anyway, like I said, the whole thing, and then with the medical bills, you see different videos and things like that, even about, how many people have how many, medical bills. That's one of the big expenses. Your regular everyday living expenses. We've been living paycheck to paycheck. We don't do a lot extra. We haven't taken vacations in a while. I don't go out to Starbucks. I don't buy new clothes all the time. We're managing as best we can. So I know I'm not the only one going through it. So it's another one of those things they say, right? You know, we all put on our smiles and do the best we can. Try to make it through the world, try to do whatever. So we're out and about. So you never know what someone's going through just by looking at them. So unless you know, it's why I kind of put out there. It's like, yeah, as far as trying to be kind, as far as trying to be extra kind to people. Try to make them smile, because you never know what someone's going through, and try to bring a little bit of happiness to the day. So we'll get there. Andy's coming home. That'll be a little bit of happiness. Happy but not, obviously. She's gonna come home and then she's gonna leave again. She's got to do what she's got to do. She's got to live her life, and that's okay. It doesn't have anything to do with me. We're still here for her. Thank God for electronics. I'd be able to talk to her every week, see her face. That's helped tremendously. Same thing, even with that, I imagine, God, back in the day when we didn't have this technology, people would go off traveling, go off different places, your kiddos go off, you don't get to contact them and see them. Maybe at first we had phones. You got to pay phones. Put in your little $5 worth of change and get 3 minutes of talking. So I'm grateful. Grateful for technology. I'm grateful to be alive. Grateful to be able to do this day by day. Grateful for the support that I'll have. And yeah. We'll leave it at that for now. It's Friday. I actually have a pepper growing, and it doesn't have any bites out of it yet. So we'll see if I actually can get one. I still have another flower going. That's amazing. And then I have 2 red tomatoes. So those guys are turning, so that's nice. Still a couple green ones, and it looks like, I've got a green one up there yet. So very nice. And then with my cucumbers, I have one cucumber that's looking kind of shrivelly, but the ground is wet. So, and then I've got one more cucumber in there. Let's see, can we see it? This plant is all dying come fall here, but I have one more cucumber. Hopefully I'll be able to eat it before it goes bad, because I still have one in the refrigerator. I think that was it. But I did check the ground, and the ground is wet. So maybe I'll have to give it a little bit of water. Well, too funny. This vine was in the ground. You can see it's all full of dirt. This was, ouch. This was here. So I went to move it, and as I'm doing that, I'm like, boy, it's like not wanting to move. Well, there's a big cucumber on there. So again, I have another one and a second one here. It's like, oh, all right. Yay, more cucumbers. Now he's going for a nut. I found it interesting. I put some nuts and crackers outside, and he first ate 2 crackers. Now he's finding the nuts. Second squirrel came by. Going to join the buffet. Oh, and there's Chippy. Is Chippy gonna join too? Yup. Chippy's checking it out. What's he gonna decide on? Going for the nuts. Oh, going back. Took a cracker and ran. I had opened the door earlier to go out there and check the garden and see how it was doing, and went in the kitchen, made breakfast, and came back and saw the squirrel went over to the edge of the garden there and looked up there and checked. Because from when we did have the chipmunk in the house, and I had those couple bits of nuts and whatever that I put up for the chipmunk that he didn't eat, I'm like, well, I don't know whether he ran across the plate, near the food, checked out the food or anything, so I just put it outside. And obviously the squirrels had gotten it, so I guess they're thinking that, oh, that might be a spot for food, so now they're going to go check it, which is good and bad. I don't want them relying on food there. I have put a couple other stale crackers out and stuff that I throw them near the tree that they go in. So, anyways, I thought, well, I will put a few things out, seeing as he looked. I'm like, I'll give you a treat. Why not? And that way we can eat breakfast together. I've got my breakfast, probably lunch for them. It's later in the day, but I'm going to sit here watching them and we'll eat together.
Well, so much for my getting the red tomato. And of course, that was my really big red one. I still have the other ones. He hasn't gotten this one yet. That one's not completely ripe, though. Silly goose. And here I thought giving them those snacks earlier would keep them away from my food. I'm like, here, I'll give you some snacks. Now you leave my food alone. It's Saturday. Woot woot. So, we were helping Tammy do some moving today. She did have some movers come earlier in the week, and they did a bunch, but there was still a lot left to do. So Mom had asked for Wayne's help, and so then Wayne talked to her and asked about how much there was, and we didn't think there was going to be all that much. So I was going to stay home and do all the grocery shopping and cleaning of the house and take care of my mom, and then Wayne got there at like 8:30 this morning or whatever and messaged, and he was like, so there's more than we thought. And I'm like, would you like my help? And he's like, yes, please. So I went down. I got there by, 11:15. And it's only like 2:45. And I'm disappointed in myself. Well, I'm disappointed that my knees were giving out. I thought, oh, my belly is going to be hard, pressed to hang in there, whatever, trying to carry things on my waist. Like that was going to hurt. I put my stomadome on, make sure I had that. I actually brought my belly band thing just in case I was thinking I might need that. But that was all fine. But there are like 18 stairs going up to the second floor for her place. So it was up and down, carrying light loads, because that's what I can carry. But even Wayne, like I said, was there early, and he'd already had a van full, and he had emptied the van. Got back just after I got by Tammy's. And then he did a couple more, and Tammy had one other friend that was helping, so that was awesome. So he and Wayne were lifting more of the heavy stuff, and they said they had done the one big load first, and then he had to leave for a little bit. Then he came back and he helped load up again a little bit more of the van and helped Wayne go unload that, and so it was awesome. But Wayne was shot for today also, and so we're like, all right, we're done. We're done for today. We'll come back tomorrow, start again. So it's very nice that we still have about a week left here for her to be able to finish it off, get it all done. So together, all right, many hands make light work. So we got this. We'll do it. That's what part of life is about, helping each other. So that's good. So now I'm on my way home. Wayne's going with his sister, making one more stop at her house and emptying both of their cars. So at least the Subaru, it's a smaller one, and then she's got a smaller car, so it's not like a van full. But that'll be all right. We'll rest, figure out when we're going to get that grocery shopping done and stuff, but at least for now, get a little bit of rest in. I'm fine going on just, regular flat land. I'm in the apartment going, oh yeah, I can fit this in the car and this in the car, and then I went to the store, I did one more load. I'm like, oh, the knees are like, yeah, no ma'am, you need more of a rest. Boy. But that's all right. Good. At least I did as much as I could, so that was good. I was helping. So awesome. Anyways, that's what's going on today, or what went on, I should say. And it's Sunday, so helping Tammy one more time, finishing it off. So said she only has a couple days left. I kept thinking the first of the month was like Friday. I don't know why, because thinking, Mandy's coming to town, but but we have a couple days. She's got to work for the next 2 days also. So, but once again, we got a lot done between Wayne and the friend. Her mom was there too. So she did a lot of extra cleaning. She cleaned out the bathroom. She cleaned out the closets. Did a lot of stuff that way. I did, again, a good 20 flights or so up and down the stairs, and then my right knee was giving out. I found my brace for my left knee. Just a little pull-on wrap, and it helped. It actually, my left knee's doing all right. Like, if only I had one for the right knee, it would stop. But I also didn't bring any money. I just brought my license. I don't feel like making Wayne stop. He's super pooped. The friend was pooped after the last run, and he stopped. But Wayne and Tim took like 3 runs. And I know Tammy took a run, and we had filled Tammy's mom's car, so she stopped over there with us this last time. We emptied the van and emptied her car, emptied my car, but it's Subaru and the van and all that, So anyways, we've got just a little bit more to go. We were in the kitchen/pantry area. And so it's just a lot of little trips, and like, the bread maker and the Nesco and things like that. So almost done. Yay! So glad that we were able to be able to do this, to help out. So she's got a lot of work ahead of her. Then when she moves to her place, obviously, as happens when you move in a new place and you got to find homes for everything. So, but at least this part is